Hello and welcome to Fridays with Felicia. It's beach weather on the 15th of January 2021 and we're going to talk about Prop 19 this week. Sit back, relax, get some education. Let's do this. Welcome to Fridays with Felicia. I'm back and today we're going to discuss Prop 19, which can affect your property taxes. This video has important information for homeowners 55 and up, and also for parents and grandparents who plan to eventually transfer their properties to their children or grandchildren in the future. The disclaimer here is I'm not an attorney or a CPA, and I cannot give tax and legal advice, so please consult them for specific questions. Okay, let's get into it. Prop 19, formerly known as Prop 60, includes two major sections: tax basis portability and intergenerational transfers. These are big words. I'm going to break them down for you in this video. First, let's talk about tax basis portability. This refers to a 55 and older homeowner's ability to move but keep their low property tax bill. In other words, how can I move from the property I've owned for many years, but keep my low property tax basis? Let me give you an example. Assume I purchased a property in Del Mar for $50,000 in 1960. My property tax bill is probably about $500 adjusted for inflation. Let's also assume that that same property today is worth about $2 million. Let's assume I want to sell my property, but I don't want to pay property taxes based on today's market value. After all, the annual property tax bill for a $2 million home is going to be about $22,000 a year. So under the old rules, homeowners 55 and up were restricted to purchase replacement properties in 10 selected California counties, and they could only buy a home of equal or lesser value in order to keep their low property tax bill. Here comes Prop 19. So effective April 1st of this year, the tax basis portability section says a homeowner who is 55 and up, severely disabled, or whose home has been substantially damaged by wildfire or a natural disaster can move anywhere in California, and they can also buy a home of greater value. However, there will be an adjustment calculation that would need to be done, and you can refer to the blog on my website. I'll put some examples up over the weekend. Okay, now that you understand tax basis portability, let's move on to intergenerational transfers and that section of Prop 19. Let's return to the example of the Del Mar home that was purchased for $50,000 in 1960 and is now valued at $2 million in 2021. Let's assume I would like my son to inherit this Del Mar property when I move on to greener pastures. This is where Prop 19 is kind of a bummer for those who stand to inherit property over $1 million in the future. The old rules allowed me to pass my home on to my son, and he could use it as a vacation home and keep my low property tax bill of around $500 a year adjusted for inflation. Prop 19 wanted to close various loopholes, including one for children to inherit lavish vacation homes. So, effective February 16th of 2021, when a child inherits a home from a parent who has moved on to greener pastures, they can preserve the low property tax bill as long as the home's market value is $1 million or less. If the home is worth more than $1 million, an adjustment calculation is going to be made for the new property tax bill. Further, the child has to use their inherited home as their primary residence in order to keep their parents' low property tax bill. And of course, remember that grandparents can't pass their homes on to their grandchildren unless the parents are deceased and are seeking that property tax basis preservation. So now you understand tax basis portability and intergenerational transfer aspects of Prop 19. I hope you found this information relevant, and that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm wishing you the best mental and physical health. Happy Friday, be safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.